I know I'm super late with this review, but I recently got around to watching Amazon's adaptation of Fallout, and I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. The story is set in an alternate history where advances in nuclear technology after World War II led to the emergence of a retro-futuristic society and a subsequent resource war. Many survivors took refuge in fallout bunkers known as vaults, but most people were unaware that each vault was designed to perform sociological and psychological experiments on the vault dwellers. More than 200 years later, a young woman named Lucy leaves her home in Vault 33 to venture out into the dangerously unforgiving wasteland of a devastated Los Angeles to look for her father, who is kidnapped by wasteland raiders. Along the way, she meets a Brotherhood of Steel Squire and a legendary ghoul bounty hunter who each have their own pasts and agendas to settle. Now, the reason it probably took me so long to watch this series in the first place is because I never played any of the Fallout games for myself. I guess I just prefer playing third-person action-adventure games more than first-person role-playing games. And with such a massive and ever-expanding lore, I wasn't sure if I would be able to follow the story being told here. But while I'm sure I missed some of the smaller details that only hardcore fans of the series would notice, I think Fallout proved to be a damn good show in its own right. Even though this was basically my introduction in this world, I never felt lost or confused or anything at all. And since the story focused on several main characters, I was able to see different facets of this world through differing and unique perspectives. Perspectives that would often clash and make for very interesting conversations. So I enjoyed watching how all of the different characters would interact with each other and how they would react to the world around them. And every character had a fascinating backstory, so I enjoyed watching all of the differing plot lines that were featured in this show. Of course, it helps that each character is portrayed by an incredibly talented actor, since Fallout does boast a spectacular ensemble cast. Ella Purnell is fantastic as the main character, and it's especially satisfying to watch her character learn and grow and change. Walton Goggins definitely steals the show as the ghoul, as his character probably has the most compelling backstory in the entire show. Aaron Morton is great as a character named Maximus, Moises Arias is great as a character named Norm, and everyone else in this cast is also great as well. So I had a really fun time watching these crazy and kooky characters. They gave the series a light and playful tone that I just wasn't expecting to see from this series. I don't know if the tone of the show matches the tone of the video game franchise, but I think that tone really worked for the story being told in this series. And the wackier elements never detracted from the grounded and serious elements that the show has to offer as well. After all, Fallout is about a dark post-apocalyptic future, so there is plenty of social commentary and heavier themes that are present in the show. But the subject matter did work well with the dark humor and bursts of ultra-violent action. And with all of these different elements working together, I think Fallout proved to be one of the best video game adaptations ever made. It's just a shame that Eli Roth's adaptation of Borderlands happened to set video game adaptations back a few years. Still, I definitely want to see the continuing story of the characters from this series, so I'm glad that Fallout has been renewed for a second season. And since I can't wait for the series to return, I can easily say that Fallout would definitely get a recommendation from me. Whether you're a fan of the video game franchise or not, I think this show works pretty damn well on its own. So I'm glad that Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan were able to work on a project that they thoroughly enjoy, especially after HBO abruptly canceled their work on Westworld. I just hope that every subsequent season of Fallout will end up being just as strong as the first one. And I hope this series will be able to come to a natural conclusion just as well. But I appreciate anyone who took the time to hear my full thoughts on this first season of Fallout, so as always, thanks for watching.